All right, so these are all of my planners or potential planners for 2019, and some of them I'm using right now in 2018. So let's just go through them, shall we? Because when I get overwhelmed, because sometimes having too many planners can be overwhelming. Who knew? Everyone. I just kind of have to come on here and talk to you guys about it because sometimes when I do that, I see things clearer. So hopefully that's what will happen. Who knows? Okay, so let's get started with all of the planning systems that I have right now. We will start with the Hobonichi weeks for 2018. This is an April start, so it's good until March of 2019, I believe. And I have abandoned this several times throughout the year, or since I got it. I was trying really hard to write in here. I was even doing some journaling and planning, and I mean, it was fine. I just couldn't really stick with it for very long. But I did enjoy it for a little while anyway. Then I ended up giving it to my niece so that she could use it for keeping track. Well, I mean, she technically doesn't use it. I write down like words that she is having problems with. Either she can't pronounce them or she can, and she doesn't know the definition for them. And then we go over them here because she has tests, and the tests were a little bit more difficult, and she wasn't getting like 10 out of 10 anymore because this is like, she's at that grade level where she's in 3rd grade, so she's reading like 3rd to 5th grade reading, and so some of it is a little bit harder. Whereas before she was like at the end of the reading level, which was like 3rd grade, and so she was getting 10 out of 10 all the time. And so in the back here, I have just been writing down like whatever book she's reading, and then we just do like a little bit of a summary at the end of each chapter. In the back here, I was just using this also for extra tasks for that month. See, here's April and May. I just couldn't fit throughout the week. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and continue using it this way for Jade and her reading because it's working really well, and I could never figure out how to use this as a planner. For a moment, I thought maybe I wanted to go back to this for food planning and stuff, as well as, you know, keeping track of how many calories and carbs I'm eating for the day, but I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? I have so many other problems with planners. Let's leave this one alone. So that's what's going to continue, I think, in here. So then we move on to my Filo Fax Finsbury. This is in the personal size. I love this. I love how compact it is. I love that it's a lot more narrow than pretty much anything else, except for, of course, this guy. So it just makes it nice that it fits in my purse very well. And it looks very kind of business-esque, and it's sort of classic. So I enjoy this. So in here, I have it set up as my wallet, and I have these gift cards that I just purchased here and some in the back because I need to remember to get some cards for them. These are for like Secret Santa and what have you, and make sure that I don't forget where they are because I will lose them. I'm terrible about that stuff. So I like that this is my wallet and it can be a planner system at the same time. I used to do that with my Hobonichi weeks, which was okay, but for some reason in the Filo Fax it works best. I like that. So right now I don't have like a planner system set up in here. I was doing like long-term collections in here, which I have since taken out because I'm like, I need to start over for 2019, remake some lists and what have you. I wanted to do the GTD system in here, the Getting Things Done by David Allen system. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, but as I mentioned in a video, I was watching another planner video by Jessica, and I forgot when I bought this Filo Fax, I waited for the 2019 version so that I could have new inserts in here because I thought it was something I was possibly going to use. I put them away and forgot about them, and then I pulled them out because when she did her unboxing of her Filo Fax in the croc leather, I was like, oh crap, I have these. So now I had to decide what I'm going to do with these. They start on December 31st, which is a Monday, I thought maybe I would go ahead and just do like vocab words in here. Why not? Like a word of the day, that would be cool. I have a pencil in here right now because I was penciling in a lot of stuff for the new year because I wasn't sure how much of it was actually going to be, you know, permanent on that date. But then I decided, okay, maybe I could use this for on the go planning, because this was at one point going to be my on-the-go planner. I don't carry it with me. I haven't carried it with me since I set it up, so it can't be my on-the-go planner. Then I had this Jibun Techo for on-the-go planning, and I find that it just sits at my desk, and I like it at my desk. So I am going to be switching up the planners that are actually in these two systems for staying at home. And I think I'm going to focus on this being my on-the-go planner. And instead of actually planning in here, I think I'm just going to be using these for like my food kind of journal, where I'm going to be putting like meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, and snacks. I thought about, you know, splitting it into thirds or into fourths, but I think it's just easier to put like a 1 and circle it, and I know that that's like my first meal of the day. Or I could put a B for breakfast. That's fine, because sometimes breakfast is a line, sometimes it's a whole column. It just depends. Sometimes if it's like a new meal, I need to write everything out and how many carbs and how many calories because it's new and I don't know that yet. I also want to set up a system in here for like new recipes I want to try, as well as in my other one, I don't know if I have it in this one or not. This is what I was like keeping as a food journal and as for dailies and stuff back in the day. Let me see. This might not be the one. Well, I mean, it has some stuff in here that I was using. But you can see down here, like I had stuff where I was doing meal tracking. And then somewhere in the back, I don't think it's in this one though. It might have been in my yellow one. I had a whole list of food when I first started, how many carbs turkey was, how many carbs, you know, like 0 carb foods and all of that jazz. So turkey has like a little bit in it, but for the most part, most meats are just 0 carbs, right? Stuff like that. And then like vegetables that I ate on the daily or that I like to eat most of all, I made sure to know how many carbs were in them. And then I would like measure out a half a cup, a whole cup. This is how I lost almost like 30 pounds on this diet. So since I'm working at 40 pounds this year, I really, really want to start some kind of food journal again, because just writing it down, even if you eat poorly, sometimes if you know that you've already had so many calories for the day out of whatever your calorie count is for the day, you won't take up that extra like donut or, you know, whatever it is that you probably shouldn't be eating to begin with. Sometimes you're just like, no, I gotta pass. And that's basically all it is. It's just, you know, being aware of what you're eating. So I need to do that. Yesterday I was gonna weigh myself because it was a Monday, and I was too freaked out. I couldn't even do that. And that told me right then that if I'm scared to weigh myself, I need to start working on this again because I'm afraid of how much weight I might have gained. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing in here. It doesn't start until Monday the 31st. So I still have a couple of weeks. Today is Tuesday the 18th, I believe. Yep, so we're on Tuesday the 18th. So we have a little less than 2 weeks left of December before the new year. I can't even believe it. Where are all the days going? So I think that's what's going to happen in here. Now, I don't have a monthly because if you didn't know, the Filo Fax gives you these free inserts, but they're only weeklies. You don't get any dailies and you don't get the months. So I might put a monthly in here. It's just that I have so many monthly calendars and I feel like I always need the weeklies. Sometimes I need the dailies, but I don't always need so many monthly calendars. I don't know if I want to put another one in here, but since this is going to be on the go, if I can find space within the week to write appointments, like maybe I can highlight it over here in the corner or something like that. That's something that I could possibly do. Otherwise, I'm not entirely sure. I put these in here because sometimes I like to use these personal information pages for just like passwords and things for new accounts. Let me just practice quickly on here. I'm just going to use a mild liner. This might be another reason why people should not get mild liners, because they don't work. They don't always work on all types of paper, the mild liners, so it's another reason probably to not get it. Let me just that's not terrible. I mean, you have some ghosting, but it's not bad. So I might be able to use these. Let's try. No, okay, so these ones are not bad. Of course, my favorite yellow, the bold yellow, I'm sure, since the Mio paper can't handle it, then it probably will be a hot mess in here too, but let's just try for funsies. This is in the friendly set, or at least that's what Jet Pens is calling it. Huh, look at that. Is that weird or what? Cool. So the quality of this paper is a little better than I thought. So I can use my metal liners in here. That's pretty impressive. Cool. All right, so maybe I can go ahead and just like nix the monthly calendar, because I don't know that I need another one in here. If I do get one, I'm probably going to go with Peanuts Planner Co. Is that how you say that? I always get it mixed up. But I think I might be over in the corner here able to fit something. Now, I'm not really cool about decorating things because I'm just like pretty plain Jane. I want things to come already pre-decorated. I know that I can buy inserts from, you know, Cocoa Daisy or something like that. I just don't want to do that. I just want to use what I have because I have a lot, you know. And I like this little weekly thing up here because I can go ahead and start moving all of my fitness tracking into here, and I can put like what I want to accomplish or how many times I want to go to the gym, and then just like exit off to the corner if I want to go twice or something like that. Or I can just put a little summary of how my week was after it's over, like as far as my eating goes, how do I feel about it and all that jazz. So that's cool. All right, so this is a decision that has been made. This will be my on-the-go planner, as well as my wallet, and I don't have to carry anything else with me. All of this stuff is only if I want to take it, but it should be able to just sit at home on my desk. Cool. All right, so Hobonichi weeks we have down. Ring, personal sized Filo Fax we have down. Now on to, let's go to the Jibun Techo. All right, so I'm loving this planner. I think it's really great, especially if you want to track a bunch of stuff. I'm loving it for that. So the first thing is this, the tracking portion. I am falling off clearly. I mean, I didn't even get started on some of it, so I don't even know if it's falling off, but I'm not doing the best with this. I think my problem is I try to track too many things here. A lot of these things I like to track within my monthly or within my weekly. So I find that I'm writing it twice, and I've written it somewhere in here, and then I'm like, oh no, you have this. So then I don't write it over there, and then I forget to put it here. So it's just like a new system. First year with the Jibun Techo, first month with the Jibun Techo. I'm just not used to it yet. So I'm going to probably cut this list in half. And then for the monthly, since this will no longer be an on-the-go planner, I have not taken this out of the house more than a few times. And I've had it since November 26th. I've been planning in here. So I just feel like it's not going to happen. It needs to sit at my desk. I'm going to change up what goes on the calendar. I think keeping YouTube is fine. Keeping my cleaning here is fine. Even personal, if I don't want to track it in here, it's totally fine. Some personal things. But as far as like, let's see, Instagram, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I think I just need to track that during the week, and it doesn't need to go on here. Yeah, planking, again, that's something I usually write within my weekly, so I don't want to track that on here either. Arms, same thing. But these are exercise things, resistance bands. So those are things that probably need to go in here with my food diary or my food journal. I don't know what I'm going to call that, but you know, it needs to go in there. So I need to start moving stuff out of here. You know, witness and book club stuff, like I was going to keep that in here just to try it out for the month, but those things, this is my novel. This is my novel also. These are the two novels I'm working on right now. Those things are going to go into the Hobonichi because the Hobonichi starts January 1st. So those things won't be in here anymore either. So I think I'll just skip every other line, just do like the gray lines. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things I'm going to track on here. I'm not sure what they're going to be yet. I'm going to try to narrow it down. Maybe, I was going to say maybe it's the things that I'm already tracking, but these are mostly exercise things that will move into here. we'll see how that goes. And I had to stop tracking my steps because I broke my Fitbit. The band, not the actual piece. So I need to get a new band and order that, which I have written down that I need to do because I've been without it for 3 days and I feel naked because you sleep with it on also because it tracks your sleeping, and it just feels so weird not to have it on because I've been using it for like over 2 years now. So this is going to change up also. And then here, this is this week. I haven't written anything for yesterday. So at this point, the reason why I'm not carrying this is a lot of the stuff I'm tracking in here, for the most part, is stuff that I can just go back and fill in later. And it's just stuff that I need to refer to in the future so that I have some kind of reference, if that makes sense. And that's why I changed this to scheduled tasks, because before I had appointments, but I was like, that makes no sense because I never carry this with me to see my appointments. Whereas in here, if I write them just like in the corner, because I don't always have a lot, like the basketball schedule will probably go in here because I need to know when that is in advance. It just was, there was like no point in me doing this. So I was like, if I schedule something, so you'll see here, like I was putting in some things, like that I went to Target. That was a scheduled thing because it was going to be out of the house. We had games here, so I scheduled that. Writers group, which I didn't go to because I was busy. Yeah, so I think what's going to go here for this week is going to be like, I'm learning Spanish, right? I put that as one of my goals and I've already started on it. So I bought the Rosetta Stone that also has, it's like a collab with, what is it called? Baron? I don't know. They're dictionaries. They did a collab together. So I purchased a set, like a box set that came with the Rosetta Stone code, and then 2 books. One's a grammar book, and then the other one's the dictionary. And so I've been working on that, and I was just looking at it the other day. I think there's like 24 units in the Spanish language, and then each unit has like 4 lessons or something like that. I'm going to do a whole video on it once I've been in it for a full week and I've done a full unit, so I can, you know, give you guys, because people are already asking about it, which is great because I think everyone should learn a new language. So I think that's what's going to go here instead of scheduled task, just tracking my Spanish lessons, since I need to, you know, stay on top of that because I am dedicated, y'all. Instagram, I mean, that can stay here, but I don't know that the kids, because that's more like a schedule thing, like appointments, like when I'm picking them up, when I'm dropping them off, which might also need to find space in here. So I might need another monthly. Oh, super annoying. I don't know. But so far, everything else is working nicely in here. Obviously, this will move out, so I need to put something else here. I don't know what that's going to be. Maybe the Spanish lessons, instead of being up here, will go down here. Then I can put something else here. Or I can just, you know, nix having an extra category here. I don't have to have that if I don't want to. Maybe I just leave a space like this open to do a little bit of a journal for the day or something like that. Like my favorite thing of the day. It doesn't have to be anything big. No big deal. I just did it like that because it's already broken in. Let me show you. It's already broken into sections like that. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 categories and then 5. So, but I really do love the Jibun Techo, and I like doing this like this. And I can't believe that, you know, I'm ignoring the hourly things on the side here. Like I thought that was going to bug me. I don't even notice it, which is awesome. So that's all working out fine. Since I set this up for Spanish, I don't know if I'm actually going to do it in here. Right now, I am just writing a bunch of notes in a composition book that's like $1.50 because I write them crazily while I'm laying down or I'm sitting. And then I'll probably end up taking them and then writing them down neatly so they look like I actually was paying better attention than I am. Because I mean, I'm serious. Like, it's not even written on the lines. It's like written all crazy. Some of it's upside down. It's hilarious, whatever. So this stays at home, and that is working out well. And so far, like, honestly, talking about this, I'm just feeling like all of the stress of all of the planners just melting away because I'm just figuring out what everything's for. Now we can go to the Hobonichi avec. This is the cousin, so it means it's A5. And this guy is already set up and ready for writing. I know that this is pretty plain and boring, but that's what I like. I'm not really like a I'm going to put washi tape all over the place kind of person, especially in my writing planner, because I think of this as my business planner. And so it just needs to be very clean and it needs to work. That's it. Again, this one is like a non-stress one. It's just staying at home at my desk. Okay, so then we have this guy. I really am just at a loss for this monthly. I really thought that I was just going, this is the first thing I bought. This was like the first planner I bought for the year of 2019, because I was like, you just need a monthly and a weekly and you're going to go with that. And then you can have this for like anything else, like an extra insert. And now it's like my least favorite thing to think about because I don't know what to put in here. I thought this was going to be my planner on the go. And so I tried it out as that. I have yet to carry this out of the house. I took it, I think, maybe once or twice when I went to the library. And then I didn't even use it. I still haven't even used this because I thought it was going to be my journal. My journal's always been in some form of an insert, whether it's a standard size or what have you. But I've really been liking using a bullet journal, or what was a bullet journal. My Leuchtturm 1917, this is an A5 size, and it has grid in the inside. I've been using this as my journal because I personally, I dream a lot. I'm like almost every single day I have a dream. I would say probably a good 5 times out of the week I dream and I remember it. So I write all of that down in here. And any other random notes that I don't have a space for, it all just goes in here. And that used to be what I would do with the insert in my TN. I used to write like journaling and whatever. And now I'm using this and it sits by my bed. And so I don't have to go to my office to write or early in the morning or at the end of the day. I just write it in here and it's working really well. I've been doing it for a week. I haven't missed a day. So I hope that that will continue. But now I'm just like, well, what do I do with this insert? I've already decorated it and made it lovely. I mean, I don't know. I haven't put a date on it, so that's fine. It can go back on the shelf, but I think this is what I'm going to keep anytime I want to work on. I did half of it, a little more than half, barely. I decorated it, but then this is blank. So if I wanted to start working on brush lettering or something like that in here, I could do that. I don't want to make a commitment for that because I've already committed to Spanish and that's taking up a lot of my time on top of, you know, me doing writing and getting a part-time job. I just don't think I have the time. But I guess if I wanted to doodle or something, do some brush lettering, it could be in here. If I wanted to pick up an Instagram challenge, I could do it in here. I've been falling off on the Instagram challenge that I was doing. I mean, I loved it. I forgot about it and then I just didn't have time on some days. So there's that. Or I didn't make time, rather. I should say that. There's always time. Anyway, so now I have to find a new thing to do in the monthly because at some point I always come back to my TN and I wanted to have a monthly when that happens. But until then, I need to figure out what to do with it. Now, this could be a place where I put a word of the day and a little definition. That would be cool. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I'm not really a person who doodles, but I mean, you could do a doodle of the day in here. Also, I don't know. And then this was going to be for mundane journaling. I just wanted to do some memory keeping in here. I've seen people do that before. Plus, there's also like more tracking that you can do in the front here. I could certainly keep my weight in here if I wanted to. But again, that's my health journal over there in the rings. So what else is really small that I could put in here? I mean, I guess I could put like you could put your bank account, like how much money, you know, withdrawals and whatever. But again, that's more like on the go stuff and I'd want it to be in the other planner. These are really great for tracking. You can use each one of these for trackers. I've talked about that before, but I have so much tracking in the Jibun Techo that I feel like I would just end up covering this up because I really don't need it right now. Here's more tracking where I could do, again, a word of the day if I wanted to get that together. I don't know. At the top, I could put colors and use a bunch of different colors that I don't know, like chartreuse is a color. It's a green color, right? It's like a light green or a lime green color. I love that word, chartreuse. So learning different colors, like names that I just don't really know, that could be something I do here, you know, whatever. Something like that. I thought about using this for tracking my Spanish in Rosetta Stone, like what unit I'm on, how much time I spent, because each lesson is broken down to an hour and 10 minutes. And then those hour and 10 minutes, they're like broken down further into like pronunciation and writing. Like you get a couple of minutes for each. So I really don't want to do that because, again, I already mentioned in here that it'll fit fine. Like I can make a column for Spanish in here and it'll just stay at home. So I think I'm going to keep this for memory keeping. I just wanted to get a little bit fancy and have like a little bit of an outlet. Plus I have a lot of washi tape and whatever that I want to use. I clearly don't use it in most of my other journals. Even in the Jibun Techo, I like the simplicity of just using highlighters. I mean, look how colorful it is. Where would I even put washi? I know I see a lot of people put like Erin Condren type stickers throughout. I don't care for the busyness of all of that. So I just need a space, and I thought this would be it to go ahead and use some of the stickers and, you know, whatever else I have, and just do like a little bit of memory keeping. So I want to try to do that in here. And that's something that I could do at the end of the week, because again, I keep a regular journal. I can go through my regular journal and see what kind of stuff that I did that day and then go back and do that. Because today we're right here and I haven't done it because I thought maybe I'll wait till the end of the week, see if I collect any things. Like last week, my nieces and I went to the Nutcracker, and so I had a ticket for that. So that's like something I would normally put in here for memory keeping. So any kind of like things like that as I collect them throughout the week. And I don't go a lot of places, so I might not have a lot, but I just want a place for that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that this one's okay. I'm still pretty iffy about this. So if you have any ideas about it, it's going to be at my desk. This is not going to go on the go with me anymore because frankly, I just don't need it to. I've learned to go ahead and write, you know, any writing on the go. Like I can just have it on a piece of paper that I can just pull out of here. You know what I mean? Because these papers are removable. You can just rip it out and I can just archive it into either here or wherever I want to put it. Maybe into the bullet journal or the notebook. I shouldn't call it a bullet journal. I'm just writing in here. I can do that. So I don't really need to carry any of these things with me. If I did, I don't know why lately I've been liking this combination of carrying these two and just writing in this as opposed to the TN. I know I'm just changing and I don't know how to feel about it, but these are the two things I would prefer to carry over this and this, or this and something else. I'm just kind of over carrying a traveler's notebook for right now, but I like using it at home at my desk. So there's that. I'm a little panicked about what I'm eating and when I'm eating it. So in here, I think I'm going to go ahead. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it. Maybe I'll write today in there so I can see how it feels. But I was thinking about taking some just regular paper like this and doing dailies for my food log right now. Because again, this doesn't start the weeklies until January 31st. And I'm already panicked enough about my weight gain. And so I think I'm just going to go ahead and start keeping that in here so that I know until these weeklies start. And I think I can go ahead and like measure out the box here and give myself that space so I can start working with the space and seeing how to fit, you know, 3 meals sometimes, you know, and a snack into that space. And then that means that right now I will have this bottom section where I'm keeping food free. I've already set it up for the week though, so I guess I could go in here and change this. Like I can just white it out and put something else here if I wanted to. Like I can start putting Spanish lessons down here. I can keep this for the week, or I can white it out. It doesn't matter, and see how that goes. Anyway, so this is me trying to figure out all of the planners I have. I remember laughing out loud at people that had more than 2 planners because I was like, these people are crazy. How are they doing it? But yet here I am, kind of juggling it. I was a little overwhelmed, but I'm getting there and I'm feeling a little more comfortable about it. So I don't know. How many planners do you have so far? Are you thinking about another one? Because the other day, I swear, I was thinking, well, maybe another week's would help me. And I was like, are you crazy, lady? Are you crazy? Obviously, the answer is yes. So planner addiction is a thing, y'all. I'm just saying. All right. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.